Hello coders, welcome to another video tutorial. This is CodeWave. We are going to develop a cloud-based task manager. This is an advanced version of the normal to-do app that you normally see. And in this video or tutorial, we will use MERN Stack to develop this cloud-based where you learn about, you improve your front-end skills as well as your back-end skills. It is beginner friendly, so stay tuned and let us get started. Before we get started, don't forget to like and subscribe, and also put on the bell notification so that you get notified whenever I post any video, and also share it to your friends. Okay, you can also support CodeWave. Okay, so let me give you an overview of what we are going to be doing. Right, okay, so I have this here, so a cloud-based task manager. So I'll just log in with my email. Okay, so now we are in and we see our admin dashboard. Okay, so this is how it's going to be, and we'll see the total number of tasks. We'll see the completed task, the task in progress, as well as the to-dos. Okay, and we also have a graph showing the charts by priorities, right? Those with high priorities and that of medium and low. Okay, also when you come down here, you'll be able to see the recent task as well as recent users. Okay, so if I click on any user like this pop-up or this card shows, then I see the username and the row as well as the email address. Okay, that's nice, right? Okay, so when you look up here, you see that we have your user name here with initialize, and you can edit your profile here, right? You can update your profile. Okay, yes, you can update your profile as well as you can change your password too. So I'm not going to change my password, and there's also logout. Now when you also click on this notification, you see that notifications that you have are listed here, and I have 4 notifications. So if I click on one, then I see the details of the notification being here. Okay, good. So now you see that it has reduced to 3. Good. If I click, then it just keep reducing like that. Okay, so you see that we have the task here, and it looks beautiful. Okay, so since I am the administrator, I can add task. So I can click to add task. So let us see test task, and I'll select the users I want to assign to. Okay, so I'll assign to myself and other 2. Okay, let me say to do, and I'll put the date. The date should be today. Okay, and it should be let me put it as high. Okay, I can also select assets. So assets like images. So I will just go and select any image I get here. Okay, let me select 2, and I'll just submit it. Okay, so first the images will be uploaded to Firebase, then the task will be added. Okay, so assuming I have a task, I can add screenshots of what we are looking for. Okay, so okay, so now you see that there's a task here, and I can add subtask. Subtask can say, okay, task manager, let's say YouTube tutorial. Okay, that is a subtask. I can add it as tutorial. Okay, I give a tag and let me make the date today. Great, and I add it. Okay, so it has been added. You see there's a notification here. Okay, so I can click to see there's a card here. I can open the details. Okay, and when I open the details, okay, so you see we have the priority here, the stage or the category, and this tax I think does not have assets. Okay, so there's 0 assets. There's only one subtask. Okay, there's also the date it was created and the users it has been assigned to, as well as the various subtasks also show here. And we have also activity line. So let's say I have started the project, so I'll say project started. Okay, so I just have to take started and just post it, right? And it goes through. So project started. I can also say that comment. I like, okay, let's say I like coding. I'm just going to put anything, just put it through, and it comes. So you see each one has their icon. Okay, let's say bug found. and I just have to submit it, and you see it also has its icon here. Okay, great job, right? So we'll be able to see timelines. You can post comment, you can post anything. Okay, great. Let me come back. Okay, so now let's view the one with images. Okay, so you see the images will also show up here. Okay, the images associated with it will show up, and the users, everything. Then we can also add the various activities. Okay, so if we finish a particular subtract task, then we keep updating it here. You can add more as you want. Okay, now when I also see, so here we can have this board view, right? Very beautiful. And here also, if I click on the user, I see the card or sub, right? Very beautiful. Okay, so you see now we have the images shows here, and the subtracts. The subtracts also shows here. Okay, so if I go to list view, okay, so I'll see it in a tabular form like this, right? And I'll be able to delete it. I can delete it like this, right? As well as edit it. Okay, so it has been deleted. You see the one we added has been deleted. We can also edit it, so comes here, right? Okay, and it's saved. As well as we can duplicate task, so I can just click on duplicate, and the task will be duplicated. Okay, so the task has been duplicated. You see that there has a base name duplicated, right? Duplicated task. Okay, so when we delete this, it is not completely deleted. Okay, so we go to trash, and we'll be able to see it there. So now we see we have two there. Yeah, we can restore or delete or delete one by one, restore one by one, right? So if I click on let's say restore this, I can just restore it, and it goes away. And if I want to delete or restore all, I can also restore all like this, and they all goes away. And when I go back, I should be able to see them here, and they're here, right? You see, interesting or very beautiful, right? Okay, great. And I delete it. If I go back, I should be able to see it here, and I can delete all. Great. And now they will go completely. Okay, so if I go back, it is not there anymore. Okay, so I can filter it. I can click on completed task to see the tasks that are completed. I can click here to see the tasks in progress, and I can click here to see the to-do task. Okay, great. So also, if since I am the admin, I should be able to add users. So I can add user. So I'll say new user, right? Okay, role is, let's say, designer. Let's say new at email.com. And when you create a new account, by default, the let's say developer, the email becomes the password. So that person will have to log in, and you see it's here. We'll log in with the email as the email, and the password is also the email. Okay, very interesting, right? Great job. Okay, and this thing is fully responsive. So if I click on responsive, if I go to mobile view, and let me select this. Okay, so you can see it is here. Everything works as expected. Great, right, great. So you see, great. And now I can click here, go to task, and I get a task view. Yes, and there's a table. Table also shows here. Great. And I should be able to add tags from here. Great, as well as do all the necessary stuff like deleting, updating, everything is also here. You can add subtags from here. Okay, you can click here, go to the same thing like we did. So this is what we are going to do. Okay, interesting. Okay, let me log in and log out as any user. So let me just copy this new user. Okay, and try it. Log out. So I'll log in. Great. So great. Now you see I can log in now. When I log in as a new user, I should not be able to see the team members as well as the trash, because I cannot delete nor add. Okay, so it's also pretty much simple like this. So this is what we are going to be doing. Now let me give you a high level overview of what we are going to do. So now I will just pull up this thing and we learn, because I understood there are some people who take these projects to build upon and develop their final year school there's a projects. Okay, so I'll come here. I'll come to this tool that I use and just go here. Okay, so let me just open it and we will learn something. Okay, so I have a documentation here, right, about the project. So let me make it a little bit big. Okay, so this is a full stack task manager doc, right? So there's an overview telling us about cloud-based task manager, which help us to assign tasks to team members or users, right? And also help us to coordinate, because when one person is doing other part somewhere, this remote work will be able to know and monitor, right? Because they will keep updating. Okay, good. So now let us look at the functionalities or the features of the project. So there are the admin features here. So as I said, the user management admin can create user account as well as add and manage team members, right? Can create admin account, manage users. You can also do task assignment, can assign tasks to a user or users, right, to one person, as well as update task. Great. You can also task properties. You can label the task as to do or in progress or completed. You can also, label them according to priorities, like it's a high priority, medium, low, or normal. Okay, great. And you can also add sub task. Great. You can also add sub task, and you can manage asset by uploading asset of each task, and you can also manage account control, right? Okay, so users cannot create account. It is the admin who add them and give them their credentials. Okay, great. So now the features, the user can also interact, right? Task interaction, and the user can post comment or activity line, right? They can do, and all that the user can do, the admin can also do it, right? They can change task that it is done or not. Okay, and they can add new information or details about the activity, how the task is moving. Okay, and that one will help facilitate communication because we'll know the progress. So the general features includes the authentication as well as authorization. If you're not authorized, you cannot see certain pages, right? So users will have to log in, that's to be authenticated, and in this we'll use cookies. Okay, great. And there's also profile management, as well as you can change your password, and there's also a dashboard to give you summary of all that we are going to do. Now the technologies we'll use include for front end we'll use React, and we'll use Vite instead of the normal Create React app. We'll use Redux Toolkit to manage our state. We'll also use Headless UI and Tailwind CSS. Okay, now in the back end, we'll use Node with expressjs. Then our database will be MongoDB. We'll use MongoDB Atlas. Okay, so maybe I'll try to put this PDF in a link, in a description, so that those of you who want to read more can read from this. Okay, so now let us do some level overview so that we'll know what we are going to do. Okay, let me. Okay, so um, okay, so in the same tool that I'm using from eraser, yeah. Okay, so I'll just go to my canvas and let us try to do something in here. Okay, so what are we going to do now? Let us understand what we are going to do. Okay, so basically there are two roles, either admin or uh, user, right? Good, either admin or user. Okay, so I will bring this here. Okay, so let me see here. Then I'll just go to icon. Let's see, user, search user. Great. Good. So I'll bring this user in here. So when the user logs in, right? When the user logs in here, it's either you are admin or you are a normal user, right? Okay. So in here, let me bring this. Don't worry much about my design skills. Great. Okay. So it's either you are admin. Okay, the text is pretty big. So I'll go here and select large. Okay, great. Great. So it's either you are admin, or I copy it, or you are a user. Great. Then I'll just put this around. Great. And change this to user. Okay. So when you log in, it's either you are a user. So let me bring an arrow from here to here. Great. Great. So I think I should change this. Great. So when you log in, it's either you are admin or user. And when you log in as an admin, you see you have access to your features, right? The admin features. So let's say admin features. Great. And let me reduce the font to medium. Great. And make this big. Okay. So this I'll just duplicate it. Okay, great. So you have admin features like this. Okay, so maybe I can put this into a diagram like this. Great. Oh my goodness. Let me select all. No. Okay, let me remove this. Okay, so now you have this, and you can also have the save for the user. The user will also have their features. So I'll copy one of this, paste it here, paste it another time. So the user will also have their list like this, right? Great. I'll just link it like this. Great. And also link this. Okay, great. And the admin have access to the users because the admin can also assign himself as tasks, right? But the user do not have. So just check where the arrows are leading, right? And there are, general features both can access as well, right? So here, I'll just put here as general features. So general features. Okay. So I'll just increase that one. Great. Put it here as general features. Okay. So with these general features, let me bring it a little down. Great. Then just put this arrow here and this. Great. So now, so you see when you log in, right, you are either admin or a user, and you have your features. You also have the features. The admin can also assign yourself tasks, so can do like all that the user would do, and they have general features. Okay. Now let us find a typical way. How we normally do our stuff when it comes to front end, back end, kind of, right? Okay. So in here, I will just search for database, right? Okay, and just copy this and put it here. Okay, so let me make it big so you see. So this is our database. Okay, let me see. Database. Maybe I should reduce the text to medium, very small, large, extra large. Then keep on. Okay, so we have our database. So before we can connect to our database, there should be our backend. So now when the user logs in, according to what we're doing here, if the user visits our front end, the user is not interacting directly with the database. The user can get connected to the database through our backend, right? So the backend acts between the user, that's the front end, and the database, right? Okay. So in that, let me also go search for server. Okay, and I will use this as a server. Great. Okay, let me make it also big. Oh, okay, and label this as server. Great. Okay, so server. So now I can get an arrow from here to here, right? And from here to should go this way, then to this way, this way to this way. Okay. So now the server send a request to the database. The server send a request and receive a request, right? So we can put send request, right? So this is send request, and let me reduce the font, and I put here receive response. Okay, so the server sends a request to the database and receive a response in here, right? Okay, great. And in this case, this is our MongoDB. Okay, and this is our backend that we will develop, right? Okay, so now the user will need a means to connect, right? The user cannot interact directly, with our server. So we need to develop a front end, right? Okay, so in that, let me search for computer. Okay, and I'm going to use, okay, let me use this. Okay, so scroll up a bit, and this will act as the front end that the user will visit, right? Okay, so let me say UI. Great. Sorry, this one. Okay, great. So the user will visit from here. Now, when the user visits from here, right? Now this user will create an account, right? So I go search for user. Okay, and I go put it here. Okay, so this user is the admin who created the account, right? So this is the admin who created the account. I am doing this so that you understand. If you want to make this as a software as a service, then you know what you are doing, right? Okay, great. So this is the admin who created the account, right? Okay, so now let me connect this to this, right? So okay, so we send and receive response. Okay, oh, I should change the direction. Okay, okay, so the user sent from the UI to the server and receive a response. Okay, great. So the admin creates account, right? The admin creates account and add his team members. So I'm gonna just get one of these. Let me duplicate it. Let me see if I can select all, copy and duplicate. Great, right? Copy and duplicate. Right, great. So now I, as the admin who created the account, can add my team members under me, right? And with these team members, I can assign them tasks. So let me, good, great. So this is my team members. I can assign them task, right? So I can say list, great. So this can be as the task. Let me duplicate it. One more. Okay. Copy, copy and paste. Great. So let's me copy all of this. Okay. So this is my task, right? Okay. So I'll just have to. So I can assign different tasks to different users. Great. Right. So let me wrap this. Great. I can also wrap this. Right. So this task goes for users. Yeah. Users to the task. This one also to the users. Right. So I, as the admin, I will choose the people I want to assign the task. Great. Great. So I assign tags to my users. So I mean, I can have different tags of all these users. It can be one user or it can be many, right? So if you want to make this, okay, so with what we are going to be doing, we just be doing it for just one, right? But if you want to make this as software as a service, we can say now you have the platform and a lot of I mean people register to add their users, right? So you can say this can be like one client for you, right? So let me label this here as, let's say, your client or whatever. So client one, right? And you can have the same. Let me zoom out a little, right? So now we can have the same thing here. That's all of this, right? Copy it. Let's see if I can paste it. Oh no, yeah, wait. Okay. Oh, okay. Very small. Okay. Okay. So, I mean, you can have a couple of this, right? So let's see if I can copy this. Um, let me copy. Try to see if I can paste it. Great. So now let's see. I have another one here, and this one, right? If you want to make this a software service, so that you know that you can have a lot of I mean people getting connected. So they will also create their platform, connect, right? Great. So they send request and receive response. Great. Okay. Um, I think I should go like this instead. Okay. So now you can have multiple, right? So we can label this as client two. Client two. Okay. So I hope you get what I am trying to say. Right. So you can have as many as client who also add their users, right? So if I try to bring this so you see. So from, let me try once again if you understand, right? So from our database, we have our server connected to a database, right? And it can only reach our database through our server. And we have our front end where we can have various users, right, connected to the front end, to our server, and to our database. And the person who registers the admin add their users and assign tasks to the users. Okay, so here, so we can have as many as, if you want to make this as a software as a service. So this is what we are going to do. I hope this is clear. So I will put maybe a link to this doc, so if you want to read as well as maybe leave this. I hope you understand what I am trying to explain, right? I hope you read. Maybe leave this image somewhere, this as an image, right, or PDF somewhere that you can look upon. If you don't understand, I will understand something. Okay, so now let us quickly open up our Visual Studio Code and just do our project setup. Okay, okay, so this is my Visual Studio Code. Okay, so I'll just create an empty folder and just drag and drop it, into it. Okay, so just go into your file directory, maybe, yeah, so I'll just go here, go into YouTube and just create a folder in here as Task Manager, right? And just drag and drop this Task Manager, great, and just drag and drop it into your Visual Studio Code. Okay, so as I said, we'll use Vite, so just search for Vite, great, and you see, okay, Vite is the next generation front-end tooling. Okay, so how do we go about it? Just scroll down. Oh, what is the get started is here. Great. So all you need to do, you can use Vite to create vanilla JavaScript app, Vue, React, anything. So just come here. If you're using Yarn, or I am using npm, so I'll just copy this command, come here. Now, okay, so in this folder, I'll just open my terminal and make sure you are in the folder, right? Task Manager, and just paste it. So npm create Vite at latest, right? And I want it to be in the same directory, right? So maybe I should put / and see. Let's see. Okay, so he said, do you want to proceed? I'll say yes. Why? Okay, and I want React, so I'll select React. Then do you want, I just want JavaScript. Great. So now it has been created in here. Okay, great. Okay, so it has been created in here. So now we have our configs and everything in here. So let us do our project setup. Okay, okay, I think we can group this by putting this into a folder called client, right? So that I'll copy all of this and put them inside the client. Okay, great. Okay, and you see, when you normally run a Vite app, it runs on port 5.1 something. So I just want to change it and let it run on port 3000. So just come here, right, and just say server, and just open object, put a port, and the port is going to be 3000, right? And just put a proxy, also open as object, and so ap /API, right? Okay, this, and our API also runs on okay, so let's put this. Okay, our API also run on port 88,000. Okay, that's great. Okay, so I've just changed the port and the server, yeah, to run on 3000. Okay, great. So now let us install our packages. So first, we're going to use Tailwind CSS. So just go to Tailwind and click on quick search, and perhaps search for Vite, right? Okay, search for Vite. So install with Vite. Okay, so this is installation for Vite. So we have created the project already. So we need to run this command. Okay, so come here and make sure you move into the client folder, paste it, run it. Let's go back. Okay, and copy this also. Okay. Okay, let's wait while it installs. Okay, so done. So we'll paste the next command and just run. Okay, and after that, what do we do again? Okay, we just have to put this into the Tailwind config. Okay, so it's here. So in here, place it this content. Okay, great. So now, what again? Let us install the packages that we would need. Okay, so let me make it a little bit bigger. Great. Okay, we have no need of this again. Okay, so let's say npm install. We will need as I said, Headless UI. So if you go to Headless, I think it okay. So Headless UI. Let's go there. Okay, so here this is for React, and the other is for there's also Vue, but we are using React, so we'll go to React. Okay, so how do we install it? We just need to copy this and install it. Okay, so this we will also need at redox.js/toolkit. We also need CLS so that we'll be able to combine a lot of classes. Okay, we will also need moment. We'll need right icons. Okay, we will also need React Redux, and we need React router DOM. Okay, so we need React router DOM, and we also need rechart for the charts, recharts. Then what again we need? We need Sona for the notification. Okay, let's install it and see. Okay, so whilst it's installing, let us go and check our folder structure. Okay, so we'll have assets. Okay, we will not need this. Let us remove it. Okay, so the folders we'll have pages, we'll have components, okay, we'll have Redux and Redux, and lastly utils. Okay, so in here, so we just go in here and change this to whatever name, cloud is tax manager. Oh, great. Okay. Okay. So now let us create the various pages that we'll need. We will need a login.jsx. Just run rafce. Wait. If yours does not work, go to extension and make sure you have ES7 plus. I think ES7 plus. Yes, you have this extension installed. Then you can run the short command. Okay. So great. We'll have dashboard.jss r. Oh, make sure you do the naming properly. Dashboard.jss. Great. rfce. Okay. We'll also have task JSS rfce. We'll also get tax detail. Okay, rfce. Okay, it should be dot. Great. rfce. What again we'll also need a trash page. .jss rfce. Great. Then we also need the users page. .jss rfce. Okay, so these are the various pages we'll need. Okay, and let's go in here. We can remove everything from here. We'll not need it. Great, and let us just render maybe the login page. Okay, so we'll not use this, so we can remove it. Right, we don't need count. Let it go. Okay, so if you press on shift and alt then 0 no o instead, it will remove all unused imports. Okay, great. So okay, so I have prepared some simple classes here, so I'll just leave it then. We'll override what is in our index.css here. Okay, so we have fonts, this for Tailwind CSS, and we have some base classes, right? Setting margin and pattern auto 0, setting box size into border box, and the font of Nimoto. Okay, then we also have various classes for the loaders, right, with keyframes. Okay, then we have this for form container, and this also for okay. So these are the various CSS classes. So just copy and override it, and that's all. Just copy and override it. Okay, great. They are not anything, just for the loader animation. Okay, great. And I think we're done with the setup. So now with the components and other stuff, we'll be doing it as we go on. Okay, great. So let us try to spin the app and see if it does work. Okay, so let us try running our app and see. Okay, so I'll go to terminal and make sure you cd into client and just run npm run there. Okay, so now the app is started on port 3001. The reason is I have another one running on 3000 already, so this is running on 3000 already, right? Okay, so I'll just go into let's go here and say localhost 3001 localhost 3001 and see. Okay, so now we get login here. Great. And let us check if our Tailwind is working. So I'll just copy this and then place it in. Okay, great. Login. And just put this one here. Try and see if it does work. Okay, great. It's working. Okay. So this is the end of this first part. In the next